Welcome back, boys. Welcome back into the mix. It is such great breaks, and we've got breaks galore coming to you, not just this week, but hopefully some next as well. The Super Bowl is in just a few weeks, so we've got the NFC and the AFC Conference Championships upon us. This weekend's going to be a great battle defensively, and I think offensively, too. You're going to see both kind of combatants go at it here this weekend with San Francisco and Philadelphia. Will Mahomes be healthy enough to play against Joey Silk? You know him as Joe Burrow, but, Bengals and Chiefs going to be good action as well. I'm excited about that, and so to support that a little bit more, we've got good opportunities here for you to pull some fresh flavor. It is absolute 2022, and we've made ourselves available here for you in this week. In the week coming, of course, we want to give you guys great opportunity to pull some of the best rookies in 2022 football. Where were we? What is the case? Where were we going? What is the differential of where we were at, I guess, is the question people have. Well, the product just wasn't there, and we talked about this many times before, that I wouldn't force the product down your throat. We tried NBA. It didn't go as well. Even that was a down rookie class, but this has really turned into being a fun rookie class. The likes of Brock Purdy and how well Kenny Pickett played, Chris Olave. You've got guys in the New York Jets like Sauce Gardner and Wilson as well. Opportunities here really for you to grab some of those young quarterbacks, Malik Willis and Desmond Ridder, who didn't really get a shot to show what they could do in those terms. And so even a Skylar Thompson from Miami, but really Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy is the hot ticket. He is the last guy drafted in this class. So we're excited about that. Again, we thank you guys very much for giving us some support, showing us love. We welcome you back. We will probably be getting back into the website. I've gotten some emails about that. We kind of shut it down when we knew we weren't going to be coming back. We didn't know how long it was going to be until we can come back, but now we've got Mosaic on the scene. We've got Absolute on the scene, so I can see us being here at least for the next 5 to 6 months, intermittent for the time being. But again, Absolute football in front of us right now, guys, getting dialed in. If you want to grab Arizona for $5, it is yours. We can do Cash App, PayPal, Venmo as usual. Whatever works for you guys. But $5 will get you Arizona. That is shipped. Let me know if you want to get involved. If you haven't been part of Such Great Breaks, I want to welcome you in. Thanks so much for joining the crew. We do have an Instagram as well. That's at Such Great Breaks on Insta. Good opportunity for you guys to grab your teams now. Pretty full in terms of what we're looking at here. That says Mosaic. Let's switch it over. We're actually going to be doing the Absolute break. It does say Mosaic there. So let's get that changed up. A little knock off the rust, but again, this is for the Absolute break. The blasters here that we just got through eBay there on the front side. So again, opportunity there. If anyone wants Arizona last call, you'll take them. Says Xavier. Xavier, good to see you. Let's get you dialed in. I think we still got we still have the emails. We still got the mailing list. We're going to be sending those out sooner than later for you guys. If you do want to get in our mailing list, feel free to go ahead and send us an email. SuchGreatBreaks@gmail.com. You guys know the drill that have been here before. But again, I'm going to put that inside the chat there for you. SuchGreatBreaks@gmail.com. If you missed this for any reason or any of the breaks going forward, you guys can always just shoot us an email there, a message through eBay, whatever's easiest for you. We check them both pretty frequently. But SuchGreatBreaks@gmail.com. If you want to get on the mailing list, and that way, anytime that we post something new, maybe we've got something that's hitting the floor, something that we've ordered that'll be here in a week or two, we can give you guys a heads up. That way you guys can put your money where your mouth is. Now, let's talk business here with Absolute Football. 5 boxes. Xavier's in for Arizona. We've got a full lot here today. Without further ado, let's get to starting. Fun couple of months off. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. And really, football has been kind of picking up, as we know. But hopefully everyone had a good holiday, too. I haven't seen you guys really since it was just before Halloween. I think we did our last break there. And so it's been a little bit, but great to be back as always. Going to be back inside the mix here with you guys. And like I said, we've got a full slate, so we're going to be dialed in. We welcome everyone. Thanks so much. Cash App, same thing. Yep, Such Great Breaks on Cash App as well. I think there's a $sign, I believe. That's how we were doing it, right? Yep, $sign. Such Great Breaks is good. We do have 5 Mosaic blasters coming up next. So this is being taken care of, as you guys know. We've got Mosaic coming up next. Those auctions are closing now. If there's any teams available, of course, we'll send those off into the Road of Perdition for you guys to pick up for nice and cheap, really, thereafter. So feel free to get dialed in with what we got going on eBay, but let's get dialed into the show. Here we go. All right, guys, welcome in. SGB is back, and we're live here inside the mix, giving you the best of what we can pull here tonight. We're going to be looking for kabooms. We're going to be looking for memorabilia cards and autographs. We know from last year we were able to hit, was it 2 kabooms? One at the very beginning and one at the very end. So here we are in the beginning. It took us forever. We got there for 2 kabooms, I believe. Bonus points out for those who can remember who they were. It was Matt Stafford and Saquon Barkley. You guys remember way long ago, about a year ago or so, we pulled our first one. That was Saquon. And, of course, having a lot of fun doing so. Sooner than later, guys, we're going to be looking at all different kinds of products. Right now, Mosaic is going to start to pick up. We'll gain some steam on that. We'll continue to do Absolute. It's always a great product to start the year. It's unfortunate that the year starts as the actual literal year of the NFL is coming to an end. That is the way Panini does it. But remember, we've got a new boy in charge now. The Fanatics company, of course, purchasing Panini and their rights to printing cards. So hopefully we'll get that stuff on time a little bit sooner than later. But again, Mosaic will be coming out. Then we've got Illusions, so on and so forth. We'll try to mix in some hobby in there. And again, if you ever want to break any other sports, we'd love to hear from you. Maybe we can get something going. I know there's the Royal Rumble this weekend with WWE. That's on Saturday. Thought it'd be fun to maybe break something there. We'll see. But as it stands right now, we got football. Football is king, cash is king, and that's what we do. So let's get dialed in. And to dial in, why not? You guys have been great patrons. How about a free bonus pack? Here's one of the hangers you see from time to time in the Targets or whatever the case might be. So let's get a little hanger bonus pack coming your way. You guys are always good to us. Let's show you what we got. Get started here with Such Great Breaks. Again, thanks for joining us. Let's get some focus in here and catch that on the right light. We're going to start with a Marquise Brown for the Arizona Cardinals. Here's a Mac Jones for the Patriots. I remember calling his name way too many times last year. Of course, him being a rookie, this being his second year. A little bit of injury-prone. Bailey Zappi came in. A lot of you guys on the New England Bailey Zappi train this year. I was as well. A lot of fun to watch those rookie quarterbacks go at it this year. Here's Matt Ryan for the Colts. Austin Eckler for the Chargers. We've got a Kadarius Toney for the New York Giants. Carson Wentz for the Commanders. I'm sure Mike Dubb's not thrilled about how that worked out. Alvin Kamara for the Saints. Here's Javonte Williams. Damn shame he went down as early as he did. Could have had a really good rookie campaign year there this year. Deshaun Watson for the Browns, making his appearance in Week 12. Deontay Johnson for the Steelers. Here's your first rookie. It's for the Jets, Jermaine Johnson. Defensive end for the Jets. And defensively, they really stepped up this year. Offensively, still looking for that guy. I don't know that Zach will be there or not. He's going to be there next year. I don't know if he's their guy, I should say. Jermaine Johnson, though, nice pickup there. Nice rookie hit for the Jets. How about a Brian Robinson Jr.? He shot me, but your punks didn't finish. That is Brian Robinson Jr. there, Washington Commanders. Nice rookie pull. That's what we're looking for here on the Chrome. Chad Muma, that's the linebacker for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Boy, do they look good as well towards the end of the year. Nice little run, almost, in KC. Wide receiver Chris Olave for the New Orleans Saints. So those picking it up. Here's the bangers. Brian Robinson now, Chris Olave there for you. Jaquan Brisker, the safety for the Chicago Bears. Didn't Brisker have a kick return as well this year? But Jaquan Brisker might have had the pick six. There's maybe possibly what we're thinking about there, but playing really well there as a rookie for Chicago. Again, all rookies are going to be sleeved and top-loaded for you guys. We will sleeve up some of these. These are going to be called green parallels for Absolute in 2022. I kind of like the look there, almost like the laces on the right and left-hand side there. Nick Chubb for the Browns. We've got a Panthers DJ Moore. Here is, Brian Cook, safety for the KC Chiefs. Again, still in the playoff mix this weekend. Here's a Sky Moore by storm insert for the rookie running back, I guess you could say. I thought he was more of a wide receiver. He is, rather, with the running back for the 24 number. But, yeah, that is the wide receiver, Sky Moore there for the Kansas City Chiefs, the rookie hit. And a Christian Watson for the Green Bay Packers. I love what they've done with introductions this year, kind of giving that fog background, give them a little bit of love, a little bit of art. Looking good. Christian Watson for the Green Bay Packers on the Absolute introductions. Congrats there on the bonus pack. Again, this is aside from the blasters, all included for you guys. These cards will all ship, so if you've got your teams getting dialed in, and hint, there'll be one with, I'm sure, the Mosaic as well. Might be another value pack coming your way. So keep an eye out for that. Again, that's coming up next tomorrow night, 7 p.m. PST and 10 p.m. Eastern. We are going to be doing another absolute 5-box break. Again, we'll probably be looking to do a little bit more next week in terms of bonuses. We'll see what we can throw in there for you guys, but we're definitely going to be looking to kind of stay a little bit more regular. We do have a week-long vacation, a well-deserved vacation, doing some hard work there over the holidays, but that'll be coming up in the middle of February. But we still got time between now and then. Excited to kind of get back into the swing of things and see if I still got what it takes to put out the some of the best here in collecting and card dealings. So we appreciate you guys being here as always. Remember, you can find us at SuchGreatBreaks@gmail.com. If you got any questions for us, we'd love to hear from you guys. Kid Reporters, you got about 2 weeks to put that in. So if you want a Kid Reporter, let me know. Feel free to take that and just jot it down. First come, first serve. How about that access code if you want your kid to be a reporter at the Super Bowl this year? Of course, they bring out all these cards, and they're always way too late on the Kid Reporters. All right, guys, so bonus pack, pretty good. Brian Robinson Jr. got ourselves a Christian Watson and a Chris Olave. Now we break into the big boys, looking for some kabooms and some bonus. Oh, no, the Jamar Chase auto. That was so sick, too. We pulled that for you, Chad. That was, how many months ago was that? Had to have at least been... Yeah, it had to have at least been 4 or 5 months, right? All right, let's get to it. Here we go. Box number 1 for Absolute 2022. And again, we're looking for kabooms. There could be some huge hits in here. Big implications of what you can pull. Not only that, we actually were super lucky and pulled about 4 autographs, I remember, out of the blasters as well. Memorabilia cards, about 1 in every 2 or 1 every 3. I forget between that and Illusions which ones we were really fortunate with. We almost got one on every box. It was 1 per break at least minimum. So there you go. And again, that's what you're looking for. Autographs, memorabilia cards. We've got the kabooms. There's our ultra rare and the explosive inserts. Also going to be looking for the 3 green parallels, similar to what we just pulled there in the bonus packs. All right, let's get after it and stay with you. In the top left-hand corner, guys, this camera up here is just to keep everything on the table so you can see all the cards as they are being pulled from the box. One thing we kind of learned, the best way to do it is to kind of keep everything in front of you. Should put some tunes on here. All right, so we're going to get right to the vets, and we'll move into our rookies. Here is DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift for the Detroit Lions. Here is James Robinson for the Jags. How about that? Zach Wilson, second-year player for the Jets. Just mentioned him. Justin Fields. And again, these are guys we were kind of used to seeing last year when pulling, looking for those big rookies. How about Jalen Hurts? What a year he had. I tried to tell all of you guys last year. I'm a huge Eagles fan. You guys know that for those who follow. But I just thought that he was just due. And not that I thought it was going to be this good, but pretty good stuff this year. Very MVP caliber, if you will. Christian McCaffrey here for the Panthers. Now for the Niners. That'll be fun to watch on Sunday. That defense versus that offense. Mike Williams and the Chargers. Here's a rookie. This is going to be Keontae Ingram, running back for the Arizona Cardinals. So there you go, Xavier picking one up. Nice little pool there for you. How about a Zonovan Knight, running back for the New York Jets? So might be looking for a Breece Hall, but there was the other guy there. That was Zonovan Knight. Coming in this year. Derek Stingley Jr., big play for the cornerback position for the Houston Texans. I know they didn't have a great year, but I'll tell you what, they were in every game. Go look at their ATS or against the spreads this year. Those guys were getting after it for sure. Derek Stingley Jr., cornerback for the Houston Texans. Now, how about a Sam Howell? Mr. Commanders, you're looking for him. I know we pulled a nasty autograph of Sam Howell, I believe, last year from Mike Dubb. Here you go. Sam Howell for the Commanders. By storm insert. They got to turn to somebody. I thought they were supposed to turn to him the last game of the year, and then it ended up being Heineke or something happened. I don't know. Did Howell end up playing? He ended up getting some action there? May have. So again, all rookies going to be sleeved and top loaded for you guys. These are all going to get shipped out tomorrow morning, guys. So look for that information. Probably be printing these labels sometime, maybe like an hour and a half after the break ends. That'll give us an opportunity for us to kind of sort these together, get these out to you guys. Big part of what we do is getting these things turned around rather quickly. All right, pack number 2, box 1. Plenty to get through here tonight. Darren Waller for the Las Vegas Raiders. CeeDee Lamb for the Dallas Cowboys. Mike Evans for the Bucks. Here's a Michael Carter for the Jets. Deebo Samuel for the San Francisco 49ers. David Montgomery for the Bears. Here's a rookie that a lot of people don't often think of, like, hey, Indianapolis rookies, I want to grab them as a team. Alec Pierce had a phenomenal year at wide receiver position, and he was one of the lone bright spots, really. Jonathan Taylor kind of underperformed, but he looked pretty good. I'm excited about him, Alec Pierce. Here's Kennedy Brooks, running back for the Eagles. Couldn't tell you much about him as an Eagles fan. Probably a practice squad guy. There's just too much talent with Kenny Gainwell. You got Boston Scott in there. And, of course, Miles Sanders leading the way. He's probably more so one of those guys that could get traded, moved around. Sort of like Ian Book was. You guys saw him get picked up by the New Orleans Saints. Here's Romeo Doubs, though. We know him as one of the favorite options for Aaron Rodgers this year. Had a great rookie campaign, him and Watson. Watson was one of those guys that would catch the ball and have 19 yards after a catch every time. But Doubs is in there for quite a few scores this year. Here's a Robbie Anderson for the Panthers. This is the green parallel from Absolute. And how about a Chris Olave introductions for the New Orleans Saints? Chris Olave. And of course, Absolute's always fun to break for a lot of different reasons. One, for me, it's kind of the beginning of everything. You know, you've got Score, you've got Leaf, you've got Wild Card, whatever the hell that is. I don't know who decided that that was okay to put out unlicensed football stuff. But, you know, either way, they do some autograph stuff, and I just don't find it to be great stuff. We've tried to pull a couple of those things last year, and just didn't work out for us. But, yeah, really Absolute is kind of the beginning of what we're going to be seeing in terms of rookie stuff from 2022. Like I said, it's just a shame it's about 6 months too late for us to be excited about rookies, because if guys have turned or if guys have turned on, it's kind of good and bad. I guess you could look at it that way. But, yeah, always interesting to see their timing with Panini and see if that'll change here with Fanatics kind of taking over in 2024. I think they're printing 2023 baseball, though, if I am not incorrect on that information. With the Cowgirls. Got him. All right, Zach Wilson here for the Jets. To start us off, James Robinson for the Jaguars. Justin Fields again, and Jalen Hurts. Here's Christian McCaffrey for the Panthers. We got a Mike Williams for the Chargers. Joe Burrow for the Bengals, I should say. Here is a fun one here. This is going to be Boye Mafe. Defensive end for the Seattle Seahawks. Really didn't do much in the beginning of the year. Had a really nice stout stance in the middle of the year. Seattle's defense was actually ranked in the top 5 for a bit there, and kind of gave it all back in the back end. Here's another Sam Howell, true base rookie quarterback hit there for the Washington Commanders. Greg Dulcich, another guy who really kind of was underrated, I think, this year, because Denver's offense was just so sloppy and bad. But he had some nice moments there. The tight end for the Denver Broncos, Greg Dulcich, and would have been fun. How about it? Bailey Zappi on the green parallel for the New England Patriots. He reminds me so much of Mac, too. Hard to get the two of those guys confused, but we were pulling another white dopey quarterback from New England yet again. But Zappi played really well in the absence of Mac. They thought they were going to stick with him. That's not the Belichick way, but hey, this is a really good backup plan. If Mac doesn't work next year, you got Bailey Zappi just whipping that ball around. He looked good when he came in. Ton of fun. Hopefully you guys are having a good time as well. We're going to be dialed in here for one more break tonight with Mosaic. And the Mosaic's got the razzle dazzles this year. Remember the honeycombs and all the fun stuff we were pulling last year. Having a ton of fun with it. Let's keep it going here with Absolute. Absolutely. Same deal on stained glass. We're going to do the Paul's Big Break again? Well, we got a mem card here, boys and girls. Let's get after it. Pull something nice. Kyle Pitts for the Falcons. Nick Bosa for the 49ers there. There's a Drew Lock for the Seahawks that we forgot in the mix, and he got pushed around over to Seattle. And, of course, you saw what Geno could do with that team there. Jared Goff here for the Detroit Lions. We got Elijah Moore for the New York Jets. Trevor Lawrence for the Jags. Here's John Mechie, wide receiver there for the Houston Texans. We got ourselves a Devin Lloyd, linebacker for the Jags. He was a ton of fun to watch this year. And again, underperforming is what people thought they were going to get from the Jags. Trevor Lawrence finally stepped up. Boy, are we glad we pulled as much as we did from him last year. Justin Ross had some nice moments here for the KC offense. There's a last call card. Amon-Ra St. Brown for the Detroit Lions. Boy, was he fun to watch this year. That offense with Jared Goff, believe it or not, getting some things done. They started out, Paul, back me up on this, 1-6, 1-7. And that team ready to chip to at least 500. And I'll tell you, those guys put it all on the line in that last game of the year. Made sure Green Bay never saw the light of day in terms of the playoffs, and that's fantastic. All right, guy. So Justin Ross was covering up there it is, patch card for you. It's the memorabilia card of John Mechie and another Houston Texans hit. Nice pull there for you. John Mechie. Give you the differences of this year to last year. They're a little bit more centered this year for sure. So the patches are going to be bright and center. Kind of get that almost like the mirror with the lights on the side that you'd find in some sort of like a theater dressing room. Boom, boom, boom. With the navy blue patch, that's John Mechie for the Houston Texans. Nice hit there for you, Houston. They gave everyone a 5-game lead. Well, I'll tell you what, man. They got right back into it in the end. That was impressive to watch. Yeah, thanks, my man. Good to see you as well. I appreciate all you guys. And we had a really good thing here. I think it was it Tuesdays or Wednesdays, Mondays? I don't know. I feel like we were breaking every day of the week there for a while. And it was a ton of fun. We all love it, man. We love this hobby. And we collect and we enjoy it and all that kind of stuff. And it was kind of good to see everyone back. And so, we took a little break. Like I said, I didn't want to, and I always kind of mention that to you guys, but I'll never break product that I just, it's one thing if I don't know the product, but it's good product. I'm fine with that. I can learn. That's my job. But, when you start bringing in score and all that kind of stuff, it was cool. We had Elite going, right? We had Elements going. We had some fun stuff, and then it just literally dropped off. And there was a couple of, I think there was a couple of delays in October that still got delayed, and now we're starting to see all different kinds of stuff come out. Clearly is coming out here soon. Like I said, Mosaic just dropped, so we're excited about being back for sure. Kid Reporter there. Miles Sanders for the Eagles to start us off. Let's get that focus back in there. There we go. So Miles Sanders for the Eagles. Here's Michael Pittman Jr. for the Colts. Justin Herbert for the Chargers. Joe Mixon for the Bengals. Here's the Falcons' Marcus Mariota. Devontae Adams for the Raiders. J.K. Dobbins for the Ravens. And here's a Jalen Tolbert. Had a couple of catches this year. Not huge in their offense as you might expect, but with Gallup out, Tolbert did play a role there. Nick Bonito, linebacker for the Denver Broncos as well. And a lot of the guys you're seeing here, like on the Denver Broncos, for example, they had a lot of primetime games, so you did kind of get to see them get a little playing time. Here's Bo Melton, wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks. And a stargazing Kyler Murray, hit for the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah, exciting to try to pull a kaboom here. We did so last year, and even moving into Illusions with the Hollow Heroes, we pulled some Tom Brady, some nice rookie quarterback stuff. But again, Absolute is where you can tricky. You find some of those autographs. It can be really tricky in the blasters. I've not seen any megas yet, believe it or not. Saw a couple of those hangers. Again, we'll throw a bonus in the next one as well, but really not seen a whole lot in terms of the mega boxes yet. They typically would include at least one autograph, good or not. But I'm excited to see if they put Brock Purdy autograph, considering he's Mr. Irrelevant. And he signed a bunch of stuff. You know how you always get stuff and you're like, oh man, who is this guy? That might have been Brock Purdy before Jimmy G went down. Darnell Mooney here for the Bears. Devontae Smith for the Eagles. We got a Robbie Anderson for the Panthers. Here's Tyler Lockett for the Seahawks. Jamar Chase for the Bengals. Cordero Patterson for the Falcons. Here's Desmond Ridder, rookie quarterback for Atlanta. And that's who you're looking for, investment pieces for the future. This kid just wasn't getting enough time, really. You put him in the system, put some pieces around him, give him an offensive line, at least one lineman. He might be pretty fun to watch in the future. George Karlaftis had a great rookie campaign, defensive end here for the Kansas City Chiefs. Wan'Dale Robinson, how about him? Coming out of nowhere as well. And again, you have Sterling Shepard in there. Galladay literally fell off the map. I think he had 6 catches all year. Wan'Dale looked pretty good there for the New York Giants. Tyler Lockett for the Seattle Seahawks. And a Dak Prescott, draft diamonds. Pick 135 in 2016 for the Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Dak has an incredible week in the wild card round, super wild card round. Just cannot back it up. To be fair, that Niners defense is maybe some of the best defenses we've seen in the last 5 years. They are nasty. But Brock Purdy didn't look great. I'm hoping that the Eagles can tame what they do on offense. And if they can do that, I think Philly can stay in that game. They got a pretty good defense in their own right. I think Jalen Hurts is the X factor. In terms of him being healthy, he looked damn good to me on Saturday. So I'm excited to see what they got going on for us. And if they make the Super Bowl, to give you guys a heads up, I told you we're taking a little bit of a vacation. I'll actually be away for the vacation. And we planned this out months and months and months ago. But I'm going to be on vacation. I will be on a cruise ship in Miami that Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. So I kind of fought against it for a while. Philly was doing well. They're undefeated. They lost to Mike's Commanders, that kind of stuff. But I just thought, hey, if they can get there, what a crazy time to be alive, right? You're going to watch the Super Bowl as you're departing the port of Miami on a nice little Caribbean vacation. So, empty box. This is number 2 coming at you. Absolute. Giving us some of the best rookies of this class from this year. Let's see if we can hit some big hits here. Let's see an autograph. Love to see a kaboom. There's a mem card right off the rip. Fat boy coming into you guys. Yeah, the Commanders coming at us. All right, cool. Hopefully they sell the team before then. That's all I got to say, Mike. Get yourself a new owner. Boy, we haven't talked about that guy. Jeez. DJ Moore. We don't need to either. Carolina Panthers. Here's Jalen Waddle. All good vibes here tonight. We got James Conner for the Cardinals. Here's a Jair Alexander for the Green Bay Packers. Josh Allen for the Bills. Derrick Henry for the Titans. Into our rookies. How about a Kyler Gordon, cornerback for the Chicago Bears. Here is Kyle Hamilton. Kind of came onto his own. We had really good pulls of him, both in Elite and Prestige, I believe. We even pulled an autograph from the Elite. I believe it was a dual patch auto of Kyle Hamilton. Really nice pull there, but for Baltimore, starting to kind of come around there towards the end of the year. Trent McDuffie, another guy making a statement on defense. He's been pretty good and actually filled in really, really well when Clark was down. So good to see him getting some love. Here's a stargazing Josh Allen for the Buffalo Bills. I had Bills-Eagles for my pick of the year. And boys and girls, this is yellowish. Is this a Steelers patch card? Bang, it is, but it's Calvin Austin. Maybe not the Steeler we're looking for in this one, but Calvin Austin patch card for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That is a wide receiver. Calvin Austin. So there you go, Pittsburgh. Grabbing yourself a little memorabilia card there. Good start for you. Bryson, good to see you back, my man. Yeah, good to see all you guys. Sorry, I'm not following along with the chat as much. So really interesting. The setup is pretty much the same. We just got the table, the board, everything like that. We are running off of a laptop and not the computer with the screens like we were last time we were out, and so everything's just a little bit smaller. So I think I got to pull this up on my phone to kind of get you guys stay dialed in with it, up-to-minute chats and things like that. But yeah, go Birds, Kevin. I agree with you, man. Listen, honestly, I can tell this to you guys. I'm a huge Eagles fan, and them winning a Super Bowl changed my outlook on life in a positive way. And I know it sounds kind of corny or whatever, but no, it really did. You're just a fan. You put your heart and emotion into something for so long. When they win, it just feels like deserved, right? And so it's one of those things where, at this point in my life, it's house money. They make it to the Super Bowl, I'm ecstatic. They don't make it to the Super Bowl, hell of a year. Let's get back after it next year, that kind of thing. But this is one of those things that's kind of lined up for them. They're looking really good. I still think if Mahomes is hobbled, the Eagles are the best team still left remaining. Miles Sanders there for the Philadelphia Eagles. Michael Pittman for the Colts. Justin Herbert for the Chargers. Joe Mixon for the Bengals. Here's Marcus Mariota for the Falcons. We got a Devontae Adams for the Raiders. J.K. Dobbins for the Ravens. Here is a Charleston Rambo, wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers. Doctor up that picture. He's just sweating a bunch. Nice and shiny. Here is Carson Strong, quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, he did get moved. Can't tell you where. But kid out of Nevada, they drafted him, liked him as a third stringer behind the mustache, Uncle Rico. But yeah, he did get moved, I believe. Carson Strong did get traded, I think. Here is Zamir White. Had a nice first year there, running back for the Las Vegas Raiders. And how about a draft diamonds, John Lynch for the Bucks back in '93. The now general manager of the San Francisco 49ers, John Lynch, draft diamonds. Kind of like that new insert they've got here. Yeah, well, not only that, too, Paul. I mean, Seattle. Seattle, they have to win, or they had to lose, right, for Detroit to get in, but then they just absolutely, like, gave it up at the end. That was unfortunate to watch because Detroit was playing for everything, and they got to see their fate before they went to Green Bay and still rocked them. It took Aaron out. And I think that's a big part of momentum going forward. You always talk about winning that last game and how big a momentum that is going into camp and all that kind of stuff. That's a big one there for him, man. Taking Aaron Rodgers out of the playoffs. He's only missed the playoffs, I think, twice in his career, maybe 3 times. Nick Bolton here for the Chiefs. Carson Wentz again for the Commanders. We got Alvin Kamara for the Saints. Here's Javonte Williams for the Denver Broncos. Deshaun Watson for the Browns. Steelers, Deontay Johnson, rather. We've got our rookies here. This is Rashad White. Got some playing time there in Tampa Bay. Fournette in and out. Brian Cook, safety for the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's Drake London for the Atlanta Falcons. Receiver pool, very nice there. We've got a Dawson Knox, who know he was going to get some looks this past season. Matt Corral for the Panthers, another by storm rookie quarterback. Now, if you're a Panthers fan, I know Darnold's there, and he comes back, has a couple of good games. And that team just looked different with a new head coach. Now the rule's out. Maybe Matt Corral is your guy there in Carolina. So cruising right on through. The Mosaic Break will come up in about 40 minutes, guys, 7:30. If you haven't gotten any invoices yet, we will be passing those out here shortly. I know a lot of those auctions are coming to an end. Try to give you guys a little bit of time between the end of the auction and the start of the break. Give you time to pay for that. Nice little Drake London pop. When he was catching balls, too, man, he was getting 9 to 10 receptions a game. Tons of targets at the very end. Drake London looking pretty good. Kyle Pitts, not so much. I got a lot of investment in him. But again, that could just be a down year. Guys sometimes have that. I mean, they didn't really truly have a quarterback. Mariota, when they signed him for the Raiders, everyone's so excited about it. I said, this is typical here. But I think they were just kind of, biding their time until they can get Ritter into the right place. DeAndre Swift here for the Detroit Lions. Zach Wilson for the Jets. Here is James Robinson for the Jags, Justin Fields, and a Jalen Hurts. Starting to see some patterns there. Christian McCaffrey for the Carolina Panthers. Mike Williams for the Chargers. Here's Cole Strange, guard for the New England Patriots. A rare guard rookie card. And there's George Pickens. Nice pull there for Steelers. Had that incredible catch. Dare I say just as good, if not better, than the OBJ catch. Still liked OBJ's better because it went in for the touchdown. Along the sideline, stayed in bounds. It was an incredible effort, but George Pickens looked good, man. Really showing athleticism. Him and Pickett will be good in the following years. Here's rookie wide receiver Kyle Phillips for the Tennessee Titans. Don't know much about him, but we do have a Treylon Burks, Tennessee Titans. And boys, he had some fun flashes this year as well. And again, you get Malik in there, start to see this new young crop of quarterbacks maybe establish themselves. Think about this, guys. Trevor Lawrence, as good as he was, didn't have a good first year. So guys like Matt Corral, guys like Desmond Ritter, Malik Willis, that really didn't get a fair shake. Year 2 might be good for them, which is kind of the opposition of what we're usually seeing with the sophomore slump, that kind of stuff. But those guys really didn't get fair shakes. And I think with a full offensive number 1 going into it, they'll be in good shape. I still think Tannehill is going to be the guy in Tennessee, but if not, trades can happen. Listen, there's a lot of quarterback needs out there for a lot of teams, so you may see sooner than later trade for Tannehill. I know there is interest in him, Derek Carr. a couple of the guys that are still out there. Still less than halfway through, guys. Got 3 more boxes. And these 2 packs left. Tons of rookies here for you. So we stay dialed in with Absolute 2022. Tua Tagovailoa for the Miami Dolphins. Here, Kyler Murray. Here's Aaron Jones for the Packers. Stephon Diggs for the Bills. Man of the hour, Ryan Tannehill there. Patrick Mahomes. You got Terry McLaurin. Here's a Trey McBride. Still looking for a little bit of action out of him. He was supposed to do well when Zach Ertz went down. Got a little bit of touches, but not much there. We'll see if he can continue on his success in year number 2. That's Trey McBride. Snoop Connor here for the Jags. Channing Tindall, linebacker for the Dolphins. And here's Devin Lloyd on the green for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Green parallel Devin Lloyd. Yeah, really good defensive players this year. Some of the offensive guys, I mean, we're looking for a Brock Purdy. I used to have to assume he's on the checklist. There's guys that really, a lot of times, for example, James Morgan a couple of years ago for the Jets is a good example. That guy was just never going to see the light of day of a starting job, but they had a lot of his product in a lot of the cards of 2020. And you ask yourself why. It's like, well, he's a quarterback, so people can find value in that. Hey, maybe if I hold on to it, he'll be good. He'll turn it around, whatever the case is. But, with that being said, there should be Brock Purdy elements in these newer items. I don't know if they've tried to ransom them in some way where they wouldn't put as much in because knowing how well he's done, but these would have all been printed before he really kind of made his run. Joe Burrow for the Bengals. We've got Kyle Pitts for the Falcons. Nick Bosa for the Niners. Seattle Seahawks, Drew Lock. Jared Goff for the Detroit Lions. Here's Elijah Moore for the Jets. Kayvon Thibodeau for the New York Giants. Nice pull there. How about a Danny Gray, wide receiver for the Niners. Quay Walker, linebacker for the Green Bay Packers. DK Metcalf, green parallel. And a last call. This is Brandon Ayuk. Again, a guy that really could have done whatever he wanted to with his 2020 season, but wasn't until this year you really started to see him take that next step, go to that next level in terms of wide receiver production. He looks pretty good this year. Brandon Ayuk, nice hit there for the Niners. Oh, the Saints had to lose. That's right. And, it's just one of those things, too, with, games like that. It's always the opposite that happens, right? I think it was a couple years ago where it was for a team to get in, somebody had to tie, and 3 people had to lose, and it all ended up happening, and they got in. I don't know if it was even further back than that, but it was I think the Arizona Cardinals got into the playoffs with because it was 16 games back then, right? So they had a 7-9 record, I want to say, or even a 6-10 or something ridiculous, and got into the playoffs there as a home team, with a divisional win. So pretty incredible stuff sometimes you see at the end of the season. And where the head's at the players, those guys still playing, they're still giving it their all. I'd be, I don't know. I'd be a little bit leery that they are. Mike Evans here for the Buccaneers to start us off. Here's Debo for the Niners. David Montgomery for the Bears. Here's Miles Sanders for the Eagles. Mike Pittman Jr. for the Colts. Justin Herbert for the Chargers. Joe Mixon for the Bengals. Kenny Walker for Seattle. That is a resurgence that we've been looking for. Nice rookie hit there for the Seabirds. Here's Kaiir Elam, cornerback for the Buffalo Bills. David Bell, wide receiver for the Browns. And last call for Justin Tucker, kicker for the Baltimore Ravens. Come on, kabooms. Let's go. Not even halfway through. Dialed in here on Absolute 2022. Getting towards the end of January here, having some good times with the old crew with SGB. Appreciate you guys being here as always. And again, we'll continue to dial in. Wish there was a more exciting story of where I was, but also just working a day job. Enjoying the holidays. My little brother got married, so I was gone for a week in Virginia. Yeah, the wife and I went down to Mexico, did some wine tasting. Nothing really too exciting since I've seen you guys last. Here's DJ Moore for the Carolina Panthers to get us started. Jalen Waddle for the Miami Dolphins. Boy, is he quick, too. Him and Tyreek are going to be a nice matchup there for years to come, for sure. James Conner for the Arizona Cardinals. Here's Jair Alexander for the Packers. Josh Allen for the Bills. Derrick Henry for the Titans. We move into our rookies. Here is Khalil Shakir, a wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills. Calvin Austin III pulled one of his patch cards a little earlier here in this break. Sam Williams, linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys. There's your boys hit. First one anyhow. Marcus Mariota on the green parallel. And how about it? Jameson Williams for the Detroit Lions. Still waiting for him to really kind of come out of his shell. He didn't get any playing time at all. Is that right, Paul? They just said, no thanks. We'll wait till next year. Make sure that you're healthy. He was a mid-rounder, first-round pick from Alabama. And they were looking for good things that just didn't really ever get to that point in terms of injury resurgence, but he'll get there next year, and he'll have his opportunity to really shine alongside the Sun God. I want to give a big shout out as well to HF Hobby. HF Hobby are good friends and all the protection needs that you guys need for your cards. That's what we use here for our top loaders. HF Hobby's got 100 points, 35 points, 75 points. They've got magnetic one-touches. They've got sleeves, a little bit of everything. Again, go to hfhobby.com today. Use promo code SuchGreatBreaks. It still works. Checked it out yesterday. So promo code SuchGreatBreaks at hfhobby.com. Get yourself 10% off anything that you need in terms of protection for your cards. All right, Mac Jones for the New England Patriots. Here's Matt Ryan for the Colts. Austin Eckler for the Chargers. Kadarius Toney for the Giants. Brandon Cooks for the Texans. Darren Waller for the Raiders. CeeDee Lamb for the Cowboys. Garrett Wilson for the New York Jets. Nice pull. G-Dubs for the Jets. Isaiah Likely had a nice year towards the end there. Some tight end work outside of Mark Andrews. How about Tyquan Thornton, wide receiver for the New England Patriots, and Sam Williams, green parallel rookie hit, linebacker for the for the Dallas Cowboys. Nice Garrett Wilson hit. And I don't know that Mike White is your answer. I don't know if Zach had the yips. I get like injuries and just not playing up to it. I think that kid's got such an uphill battle. It's going to be tough for him to get in. I'd almost kind of see them making a move to push. See him maybe get moved over to a team like New Orleans, where you can get a fresh start. I don't know, but they got to do something. I don't know that he's the answer there in New York, and maybe not the city to do it in. Boys and girls! Boys and girls! It's either the explosion or the kaboom, but we're due for something fun. I want to say that it's... I don't want to speak to it, but here we go. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's find some fire here for someone here tonight. Dawson Knox, the Buffalo Bills. Let me get this range back into our camera here. We go. Dawson Knox for the Bills. DK Metcalf, Seattle Seahawks. T.J. Hawkinson for the Lions. Antonio Gibson for the Commanders. Christian Kirk for the Jags. Here's Patrick Surtain for the Broncos. Nick Chubb for the Browns. Rookie Danny Gray for the Niners. Quay Walker, Green Bay Packers. Here's a Brian Asamoah, linebacker for the Minnesota Vikings. It's an explosive of Mark Andrews for the Ravens. So there are two now rare hits. They're considered, I guess, not as rare, but there's the Kaboom and Explosive inserts. They're both fairly rare. They just wanted to give you a little bit something more since the Kabooms are so hard to hit. Explosive, they kind of look like what we saw in those Kabooms. Do you guys remember us pulling some of the hoops, NBA hoops, and they had that kind of explosion kind of parallel on the lights? You can see the lights in there. Very nice hit. That's a case hit, exactly. Explosive case hit. That's going to be Mark Andrews for the Ravens. I still think your Kabooms are going to probably draw a little bit more. This is new this year, the explosives. So Kaboom and explosives. So case hit versus the rarity of, but really nice pull there. And that's going out to the Baltimore Ravens. And Sean PB. Sean, I haven't seen you in a while, brother. How you been? Well, I hope most of you guys saw our post on Instagram as well, letting you guys know what we had coming in and what we were going to be doing for the next couple of days anyhow. But, also an opportunity for you guys to be able to check out what we had going on. Coming up in the future, we'll utilize that, right? So Instagram is a good way to stay in touch with us, guys. Again, probably at some point get that website back up and working. Didn't make sense for us to pay the $35 a month to keep that site up and running if we knew we weren't going to be around, but we could just reignite that. I mean, that's pretty simple. Just jump back in there and restart that thing. However, the Instagram is a great way to see some of the big hits of the night, some of the big pulls, and of course, opportunity for you guys to be a part of what we got going on going forward. Forgot about the podium here. Really kind of saved it for some of the bigger hits here, but we've had some nice hits. How about an explosive Mark Andrews? Not a bad way to welcome us back. Hoping for a Brady, maybe, something fun. That's okay. We still got plenty of opportunities coming up. Davis Mills for the Houston Texans. Here's Raiders Derek Carr. Dak Prescott for the Cowboys. Tom Brady for the Bucs. Cam Akers for the Rams. This is a Cardinals Marquise Brown. And this is the Jaguars Snoop Connor. We got a Channing Tindall for the linebacker of Miami Dolphins. Kayvon Thibodeau one more time for the New York Giants. This is Joe Mixon, green parallel for the Bengals. And a by storm, Chris Olave. Third Olave here tonight. The Saints are eating pretty good. A great rookie campaign. If you guys are fantasy players, definitely did some work this year. For sure. A lot of targets, a lot of the target share, and that's with Andy Dalton at the helm. So again, get a young quarterback in there. Maybe bring over a decent veteran. You get a guy like Derek Carr in New Orleans. That could be a ton of fun. Mike Thomas sticking around. All those guys kind of chucking that rock. That could be a lot of fun to watch next year for sure. All right, guys, last pack of box number 3. Still got 2 boxes to go. Giving you the best of absolute football in 2022. Devontae Smith for the Eagles. Robbie Anderson for the Carolina Panthers. Here's Tyler Lockett for the Seahawks. Jamar Chase for the Bengals. Cordero Patterson for the Falcons. Broncos, Jerry Jeudy. We got some more shiny on the backside. Should be some rookies. With Amari Cooper there for the Browns. Here is George Pickens again for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wide receiver hit there. Kyle Phillips, wide receiver from Tennessee. Tight end Trey McBride and draft diamonds, of course, A-Rod. Pick number 24, 2005. Still a first rounder if you remember, but he thought he was going to go 1, 2, or 3. Just sitting by the phone, waiting, and then he waited another 4 years for Brett Favre to make his exit before he could start his career, of course, and then winning that Super Bowl in 2007, I believe, was Aaron Rodgers. So draft diamond indeed. Picked up, didn't play. When he got his chance, yeah, the rest is history. Hall of Famer for sure. Is he a 3-time MVP? 2-time MVP? Guy has done well in his career. All right, let's get some more top loaders out here. Get you guys dialed in for the rest of the show. And again, we're going to be dialed in here with 2 more absolute boxes. We got Mosaic coming up. If you haven't paid your invoices, do not worry. We're going to get those out to you ASAP as well. We'll take a case hit, though. No problem. All right. All right, let's get after it here, guys. Box number 4, Absolute 2022 on the eBay poll. Welcome you back in. Again, thanks for joining us. Those who are new, we welcome you in as well. What we got going on, really good community here. Everybody keeps it real, and we had a lot of fun pulling some big hits for sure. Looking for some autos. Nice memorabilia cards. We'll take it all from here. Darren Waller for the Oakland, or make it Las Vegas Raiders. CeeDee Lamb for the Dallas Cowboys. You got it, man. Mike Evans for the Tampa Bay Bucks. Here's Deebo Samuel for the Niners. David Montgomery for the Bears. Here's Miles Sanders for the Eagles. There's a rookie for the Steelers as well. This is going to be DeMarvin Leal, defensive tackle. DeMarvin Leal. We got James Cook. Had a really nice year as a running back behind Singletary for the Buffalo Bills. Jordan Davis. Hold on to this one. I think he's going to have a monster career. The kid is a monster, over 300, and boy, is he athletic. Here's Devin McCourty for the Patriots. Green parallel on a by storm. Sauce Gardner for the Jets. Saucy. Yeah, Jets had a really good rookie class this year. Not to mention Breece Hall, Wilson, and Gardner. Huge positions around the ball. Obviously, Breece Hall, unfortunate incident with him in the ACL. But he'll be back. And he looked good too, man. Yeah, one Kaboom or explosive. I think Kabooms are more rare. I mean, I'm just saying that as a breaker. But the exclusives have to be one per box. I don't think Kabooms had to be one per box, but theoretically, yes. Case hits, always one per box. We've seen it both ways, so. Alvin Kamara, like more than one in one box, and we've seen not one in one box, theoretically. Javonte Williams there for the Broncos. Deshaun Watson for the Browns. Here is Deontay Johnson for the Steelers. Tua Tagovailoa for the Dolphins. Kyler Murray for the Cardinals. Here's Aaron Jones for the Packers. Another Packer, Christian Watson. This on the base rookie hit there for you. Nice hit. Hassan Haskins, running back for Tennessee. Waiting for him to come off as well. Tyler Batty and Carson Strong is going to be your green parallel. Rookie quarterback for the Eagles. Did he go to New Orleans, Carson Strong? I'm trying to think if they picked him up or picked Book up and traded him. I don't know. I'm not sure how that worked out. But yeah, he ended up getting moved, I think, for sure. But Ian Book to the Eagles. How about that? He was supposed to be a thoughtful incumbent for the quarterback position there in New Orleans. Just did not prove to be very good. The Eagles will pick him up as a third stringer. Yeah, Notre Dame quarterback Ian Book. More action tomorrow night as well, guys. We come right back to it with more Absolute. What I will tell you is that we never pull from the same box. So I typically won't give us a better chance of hitting more than one big hit. I typically won't pull the same 5 from the same case, if that makes sense. So give you an opportunity again tomorrow for a big hit if we don't get another one here tonight yet. DeAndre Swift for the Lions. There is Marquise Brown. He was a Mac Jones for the New England Patriots. Matt Ryan for the Colts. Here's Austin Eckler for the Chargers. Kadarius Toney for the Giants, now a Chief. Brandon Cooks for the Texans. Rookie Arnold Ebiketie, defensive end for the Atlanta Falcons. Malik! There's a quarterback pop. Nice rookie hit for the Titans. Drake Jackson for the Niners. And you know him well, George Kittle, draft diamonds, pick 146 in the 2017 draft. Jared Goff's draft, Carson Wentz's draft, Josh Rosen's draft, Sam Darnold. It's quite the draft for quarterbacks theoretically, but I don't think any of them really panned out as well as we thought. Is that Mahomes in that draft? Right? Yeah. Crazy to think. I know Russ is 2014. So yeah, Mahomes would have been 2017. I think, maybe. All right. James Conner for the Cardinals. Arizona, of course. Jerry Alexander for the Green Bay Packers. Josh Allen for the Bills. Derrick Henry for the Titans. Nick Bolton for the Chiefs. Carson Wentz for the Commanders. Carson was 2016. My apologies. Josh Pascal. Or Pascal, not the receiver, but the defensive end for the Detroit Lions. Josh Pascal. Here is Velus Jones Jr. Now, he's had himself a couple of big plays in this year. Velus Jones might have been the guy with the kick returns. N'Kobe Dean, again, another Philadelphia linebacker, or defensive man, I should say, between him and Jordan Davis, that these guys will be good. This is kind of the future coming in for Philly. Mike Thomas for the Saints, and stargazing, Jamar Chase. Son got you back into the hobby? Absolutely, man. And I'll tell you what, we've been doing it. Gosh, what have you guys been with me since 2019, 2020 for sure, the COVID years as I call them. I mean, the hobby blew up, and it's good and bad. It's unfortunate for pricing, but then again, our values for our cards went up as well. And so we pulled some ridiculous stuff on here. I think someone asked me that the other day. I was talking about getting back into it. I was like, man, I miss it. It's exciting. It's always great to have a good community like we do. Somebody asked me what the best card I ever pulled was, and it's hard to say. We pulled a gold prism, one of two of LaMelo, Mac Jones auto out of that. That's what we pulled out of Absolute last year. A Mac Jones auto to 25. You can see that, I think, on our Instagram as well. We got some crazy stuff up there. Yeah, good times for sure. Davis Mills for the Texans. Here's Derek Carr for the Raiders. Dak Prescott for the Cowboys. Here is Tom Brady for the Bucs. Cam Akers for the Rams. Trey Lance for the Niners. We got the New York Jets. Michael Carter. And then we got a Zonovan Knight for the New York Jets on the rookie hit. Derek Stingley again for the Texans. Isaiah Spiller for the running back position of the Chargers. And, of course, last call, this one, Evan McPherson. Evan Ice, as they called him last year, making that incredible kick to get them into the Super Bowl last year. We'll see if he's got another one in him this year. Evan McPherson. Second-year player there for the Bengals. Well, it's really interesting, too. I think when I grew up, so, you know, I was big into collecting. My uncle always lived in Southern California and had some friends that worked in Chicago. So they'd send us boxes and boxes and boxes of Topps. And we would just rip wax packs for, days. And it was great. It happened like once or twice a year. And I just remember baseball having way more value when I was younger than football. Football didn't really have much value. Basketball even less. And it's really kind of turned the other way around, I think. So here's the Lions, T.J. Hawkinson, Antonio Gibson for the Washington Commanders, Christian Kirk for the Jags, Patrick Surtain for the Denver Broncos. Here's Nick Chubb for the Browns, DJ Moore for the Carolina Panthers. Here's the Dolphins, Jalen Waddle. Rookies, George Karlaftis for the Kansas City Chiefs, Wan'Dale Robinson for the Giants, Keontae Ingram, running back for the Arizona Cardinals, and a Desmond Ridder introductions for Atlanta. So there you go, Mike. Or rather, that's Chad that's got Atlanta here in this one. Desmond Ridder. Again, look for these guys. Him, Malik. I think they've got a future there. Matt Corral maybe even as well in Carolina. Yeah, the Baker Mayfield experiment. I guess Washington has to kind of keep Carson for another year. I think its salary's pretty much paid. Am I right on that, Mike? With Carson, I think he's pretty much paid off. All right, guys, let's get dialed in here. One more round. Absolute Football, box number 5. Showing you some love here tonight. Got Mosaic coming up. If you're looking to pay your invoices on eBay, we'll be sending those out in just a minute. We'll be done here probably about 10 minutes or so. We'll be finishing up our Absolute break. We'll get those out to you, and we'll get reset. You're on break night with SGB. Thanks for joining us. And again, a nice explosive Mark Andrews pop case hit there. Figured we'd get at least halfway there in terms of a chance to hit something big because we got 10 boxes going out tonight. Carson Wentz for the Washington Commanders there to start. Alvin Kamara for the Saints. Here's Javonte Williams for the Broncos. Deshaun Watson for the Browns. Deontay Johnson for the Steelers. Kyler Murray for the Cardinals. Tua Tagovailoa for the Dolphins. Here's a Drake London, Atlanta Falcons pop. Rookie hit there, Drake London. Cole Strange for the New England Patriots. Another George Pickens. Still looking for our first Pickett here today. And a Dustin Hopkins last call for the Washington Commanders. Mosaic. Yeah, Mosaic's going to be... it really depends, I mean, on what you're pulling, I guess, theoretically. If you're pulling a Kaboom versus, like, a Genesis, that could be debatable, depending on the player, I think. But, in general, Kaboom is just going to give you more rookies. So, with Mosaic, let's say we pull, 36 cards per box? So, we might pull 6 rookies, right? So, a little bit more rare in terms of that. And so, when your numbers go down in terms of print rarities, that's really kind of where your value comes in. But yeah, it really just kind of depends on the person. I mean, I love Absolute, and honestly, you know, we're pulling, these are Target, so Walmart does a variation. You're going to find hangers with different colored variations and things like that. You know, we see the green parallels, there's going to be a red parallel and a teal or blue parallel as well that'll come out. I think actually the Fanatics exclusive is a red parallel. David Montgomery for the Bears. Here's Miles Sanders for the Eagles. We got a Pittman for the Colts, Justin Herbert for the Chargers, Joe Mixon for the Bengals, Marcus Mariota. Here's Kyle Phillips, Tennessee wide receiver, rookie hit there. Trey McBride for the Arizona Cardinals, and Snoop Connor, the running back there for the Jags. Jamar Chase on the green parallel, and a stargazing Jamal Adams for Seattle. Stargazing. Kind of got a cool look to it. I like that kind of nebula background there. Stargazing last year was pretty cool as well. They literally had the full star accompaniment. These are more of a horizontal feed, which is pretty cool as well, I think. But they changed it up from time to time. The explosive obviously being new this year, but essentially the same background as the Kaboom. The explosive, which is kind of similar to the explosion that we see in Hoops. It's all Panini based, and their artwork and their art designers trying to put something together. I think they wanted to kind of give you 2 options because of the rarity of how hard it was to hit a Kaboom last year. That would be my theory. We hit 2, I think, out of God knows how many boxes we ripped. But Absolute's a lot of fun, and it's good value. You guys can get in there fairly cheap. And what did I tell you? We got something fun coming up. I don't know that it's an autograph, folks, but it'll be numbered. It'll either be numbered or an autograph coming up. I told you we weren't done yet tonight, boys. Welcome back to the show. SGB about to pull some fire. Here we go. Aaron Jones, Stephon Diggs for the Bills, Ryan Tannehill for the Titans, Patrick Mahomes for the Chiefs, Terry McLaurin for the Commanders, Jameis Winston for the Saints. We move into rookies. Here's Channing Tindall, linebacker for the Dolphins, Kayvon Thibodeau for the Giants, Danny Gray, and it is a Trey Lance. Oh, these are fun. No number. Interesting. All right, so we've got our first one-off parallel. This could be the Waves. What would you say that is? Kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope Trey Lance. There you go, San Francisco. Nice pull. So maybe not a birdie, but you got yourself the guy who may actually be starting next year. I don't think Jimmy stays around, but of course Trey Lance there on a kaleidoscope hit. Nice. Little pull there for San Francisco. Did have one more card there, and it was a Richard Sherman Draft Diamonds pull for the Seabirds. Yeah, usually see those and they're numbered 25, 50, maybe even as high as 99, but not here tonight. Looks like just a Trey Lance giving you the best of what he can give you. Get that camera fixed up here. Kayvon Thibodeau, though, again, I think for the New York Giants, you know, he was injured, if you remember, at the beginning of the year. And he kind of showed his worth, I think, from the draft there later on. RWS, yep. All right, let's keep on ripping. Hopefully get you guys a memorabilia card in here, too. That'd be nice. Devontae Adams for the Raiders. We got J.K. Dobbins for the Ravens. Here's the Lions, DeAndre Swift. Zach Wilson for the Jets. Here's James Robinson for the Jags. Justin Fields for the Bears. Jalen Hurts for the Eagles. Quay Walker, rookie linebacker for the Green Bay Packers. Brian Asamoah, the second for the Minnesota Vikings. Garrett Wilson one more time for the Jets. Devin Lloyd, another green parallel for the Jags. Devin Lloyd. Awesome. And again, if you guys are waiting for an invoice from eBay, we're going to ship those out here in about 2 minutes or so. We got 2 packs left here. Getting dialed in on our first break back here with SGB. Thanks for having us and thanks for being with us. We got some Mosaic to get to here thereafter at 7:30. It's going to be exactly what we thought. Some fun pulls, looking for a razzle dazzle. Maybe some autos in there. We'll see. Okay, should have a fun rookie on the back end here. Russ Wilson for the Broncos. Here's Matt Stafford for the Rams. Dalvin Cook for the Minnesota Vikings. Tyreek Hill for the Dolphins. Aaron Rodgers for the Green Bay Packers. Rookie hits. Isaiah Likely, tight end for the Baltimore Ravens. Tyquan Thornton for the New England Patriots. Khalil Shakur, wide receiver for the Bills. Here's Cordarrelle Patterson on the green parallel. And by storm, Christian Watson for the Green Bay Packers. Him and Dobbs really kind of showed up this year when they needed to. The first couple of weeks are a little sloppy. But, you know, Aaron's like, hey, you got to count on somebody. And those two guys kind of came out. I think Watson was, like I said, one of those guys. His yards after catch was like 19 or something. His average is super high. Had a couple of burner plays. Jordan Love hit him on a big one against the Eagles. Actually in the middle of the season as well. All right, guys, last pack mojo. Let's get after it. Absolute 2022. We absolutely appreciate you guys being with us. And again, we'll be back for more. There's more action tomorrow. And we have a patch card to end this. So that's exciting stuff. Let's get to it. McCaffrey for the Panthers. Here's Chargers. Mike Williams. We got a Joe Burrow for the Bengals. Kyle Pitts for the Falcons. Here's Nick Bosa for the Niners. Drew Lock for the Seattle Seahawks. Here's a Calvin Austin III for the Steelers. Sam Williams for the Cowboys. Kenny Walker for the Seahawks. Another Kenny Walker for the Seahawks. This is the introduction and the base. So back-to-back for Seattle. And the Green Bay Packers. Why not? Christian Watson. I think he's got a 4-peat in this break. Rookie Force patch material. Love to see it, man. Good stuff there and well done. Nice hit for the Packers. All right, guys, plenty of nice hits there. Did not get our Pickett, did not get our Purdy. Those are the two we're really going to be looking for in terms of quarterbacks. Again, but a lot of really good players out there that we did hit as well. So good opportunities for us to kind of continue along. We appreciate you guys being here. And as always, we love to see you guys in our next couple of breaks as well. Even if you haven't had a team or gotten a chance to grab a team in the next break, feel free to stick on by. Watch the show. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're excited about it. Mosaic, really new product here for 2022. And we're excited to show it to you here coming up in just a few moments. Again, good opportunities there through Absolute to grab things like explosives, kabooms, the kaleidoscopes, the RWSs. You got gold waves, black waves, all different kinds of different stuff, discos, that kind of thing. But a really nice hit here for the Baltimore Ravens. A case hit, explosive, Mark Andrews. We're going to be back in about 5 minutes or so with Mosaic. Do not miss it. It's going to be a great show, guys. We'll see you again soon.